First Umar video, didn't even know that it create many scenarios. What was a blessing was a motherfucking curse. The freaking video put the AFW on alert. Everybody a lawyer without a law degree. Everybody a goddamn accountant without no money. Everybody a goddamn teacher never taught at a school. Everybody a fucking therapist sounding like a fucking fool. 2023 was a bitch, was a bitch. Ladies in the sector shake that ass like this. 2023 was a bitch, was a bitch. Ladies in the stage shake that ass like this. 2023 was a bitch, was a bitch. Ladies in the stage shake that ass like this. Come on now, shake it real fast. You better enjoy this, the motherfucking land. In 2020, an elder told me to leave the sector. It didn't do any good, didn't make it any better. August 2020, the damn school didn't open. I had to apologize, damn right, I had spoken. The same year, seen a new cast of supporters. I was revitalized, so I had to start it over. Teamed up with niggas that like to play dirty and take shots. Now the good guy got the fucking block hot. 2023 was a bitch, was a bitch. Ladies in the sector shake that ass like this. 2023 was a bitch, was a bitch. Ladies in the stage shake that ass like this. 2023 was a bitch, was a bitch. Ladies in the stage shake that ass like this. Come on now, shake it real fast. You better enjoy this, the motherfucking land. 2023 was fucked up from the start. Beef with pussy ass niggas from the damn start. Fuck an AFW, fuck a DBA. Fuck a nigga name remix in his trifling ass way. Fuck a nigga from the trunk that shake his ass to get paid. Fuck that bitch ass nigga from Atlanta that pay. I'm the motherfucking godfather, motherfucking bag. Last but not least, I'm the motherfucking go rock out, nigga. 2023 was a bitch, was a bitch. Ladies in the sector shake that ass like this. 2023 was a bitch, was a bitch. Ladies in the stage shake that ass like this. 2023 was a bitch, was a bitch. Ladies in the stage shake that ass like this. Come on now, shake it real fast. You better enjoy this, the motherfucking land. Woo! Come on, ladies in the sector, shake that ass if you listen to this shit right now. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, shake it real fast. Come on, shake it real fast, shake it real fast, cause it's the motherfucking last. Go low, twerk it, twerk it, twerk it, twerk it. Come on, girl, shake it side to side. Come on, come on. Fuck the DBA, chat sync with me. Fuck the DBA, fuck the DBA, fuck the DBA. Dumb bitch asses, fuck the DBA. To the ladies in the sector, shake that ass, 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 shake that ass. To them ladies in the sector, shake that ass, shake that ass, shake that ass, shake that ass, and just shake it real fast. Bitch ass nigga named Alan Logic. Yeah, we know you LGBT in the closet. Yeah, motherfucker, yeah, we say it to your face. Motherfucker can't even keep a care of me. Woo! Bitch ass nigga named Alan Logic. Yeah, we know you LGBT in the closet. Yeah, motherfucker, yeah, we say it to your face. Motherfucker can't even keep a care of me. Woo! Fuck the DBA. DBA. Chat, sing with me. Fuck the DBA. Fuck the DBA. Fuck the DBA. Dumb bitch asses. Fuck the DBA. To the ladies in the sector, shake that ass, 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 shake that ass. To the ladies in the sector, shake that ass, shake that ass, shake that ass, shake that ass, and you shake it real fast. Pissy ass nigga named K.I.P. Crying ass nigga named motherfucking P. You see him on the panel, yeah, they talking about me. Yeah, you see him in the sector, yeah, they talking about D. Pussy ass nigga, silly ass nigga, old ass worn out dumb ass nigga. You see them all around in the motherfucking sector. They mad that they can't be the Godfather. Fuck the DBA. Fuck the DBA. Chat, sing with me. Fuck the DBA. Fuck the DBA. Fuck the DBA. Dumb bitch asses. Fuck the DBA. I want my snacky snacks. I want my snacky snacks today. Want my snacky snacks. Kill want the fucking snacky snacks. Snacky snacks. I want my snacky snacks today. I want my snacky snacks. Kill want the fucking snacky snacks. He went down, 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 down for it. He went down, 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 down on it. I want my snacky snacks. Kid went down, 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 down. He's the prize. He's the prize in my eyes. He's the prize. He's the prize in my eyes. I'ma keep it low. I'ma keep it low. I know that it's real. Baby, stay still. I want my snacky snacks. I want my snacky snacks today. Want my snacky snacks. Kill want the fucking snacky snacks. Snacky snacks. I want my snacky snacks today. I want my snacky snacks. Kill want the fucking snacky snacks. He went down, 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 down for it. He went down, 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 down on it. I want my snacky snacks. Kill went down, 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 down. All I want is my snacky snack. Took his ass to a cheap ass restaurant, like the motherfucking busy bag. Yeah. We talk, I got a little freaky, and he went down, 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 down. I want my snacky snacks. I want my snacky snacks today. Want my snacky snacks. Kid want the fucking snacky snacks. Snacky snacks. I want my snacky snacks today. I want my snacky snacks. Kid want the fucking snacky snacks. He went down, 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 down for it. He went down, 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 down on it. I want my snacky snacks. Kid went Welcome, everybody. This is D Durrell with D Durrell, the Rebirth Live, and also broadcasting from the D Durrell sector. Hope everybody is having an excellent Sunday. I'm actually really digging the weekend vibe. Just me doing content on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe once or twice during the week if I can. That's really working for me right now with my schedule and so on. Um, I'm gonna try to do this like one more week, and then in 2 weeks I will be in Vegas for the weekend. So I don't plan to do any content between April 18th, April 21st, because I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be in Las Vegas going to WrestleMania, going to basically kick it with the fam. And we're gonna have a good time going to Vegas for the weekend. I'm gonna go gamble, I'm gonna go drink, I'm gonna be on Fremont, I'm gonna be on the strip, may do pictures and all that different stuff like this. Maybe a couple of videos I may post and all that good things. So for the next couple of weeks, I'm definitely gonna do my thing. So I'm gonna try to put out as much content as I can. Appreciate everybody for being here today. So we are going to talk about, guys. We're gonna talk about the relationship between Umar Johnson and the Manosphere. We're gonna talk about the bullshit that has happened with the Manosphere and Umar. As you all know, I've been in the Manosphere for a long ass goddamn time, on and out. And so we're gonna get into that. Shout out to Rizzo Lyricist, shout out to Sher Witty. Got my boy Adolph's guy up in here, my girl China White. How you doing, Queen? Good to see you here. I also see Miss Thangs up in here doing her thing, Rizzo Lyricist, and DBZ Nation in the house. And salute the Godfather, definitely a kerfuffle. Yeah, this is definitely a kerfuffle. So, this particular live stream will focus a lot on videos, not necessarily my content, just my reaction to videos that have involved Umar Johnson in the Manosphere over the last 4 or 5 years. The Manosphere has always hated Umar Johnson since I started watching Manosphere content since 2016. Um, it was a little bit more split back then than the way it is now. Back in 16, we had the conscious stripper situation and all that bullshit. And so basically the Manosphere was looking at Umar Johnson as a simp. The two people that they disliked the most were Brother Polite and Umar Johnson. When Brother Polite was saying the black woman is God shit, the niggas lost their mind. When Umar Johnson was calling them the queens and all that shit, the niggas they damn near about to have a heart attack. That was basically the rhetoric in the Manosphere. That's on all fronts. As I became a content creator in the Manosphere around 2018, doing Manosphere related content, and particularly 19, every time they had a Umar Johnson issue, people would be trying to hit me up to go argue and battle with Negroes over, the legitimacy of Umar in the school. That was kind of my thing in the Manosphere back in the day. But he's for the most part not seen in a positive manner because of the things that they consider him being a simp and the glorification of black females online. They couldn't stand that shit. Anybody that say anything positive about black women, they losing their goddamn mind. So the first one I'm gonna talk about is, it would be a lot of people that would say things. Notably, I know that O'Shea through Jackson, shout out to my nephew, he would always talk about Umar. Then you saw people like Obsidian Mamua Ali, who actually lives in Philly. Now Mamua Ali, Obsidian Ali was probably one who was a little bit lukewarm or in the middle about Umar because he in Philly and he's in that, and Umar has a very prominent influence in that area, but that's his home city.
but he was skeptical about Umar getting to school done. But he wasn't bashing him as much. You got seen people like Angry Man and other people, they couldn't stand a nigga. Um, Everything was negative about Umar, and but Obsidian probably was, of all the people, he was probably the least. And then you had other people who was like, I donated and we just waiting. And so now we're at the point where people are getting beyond the goddamn donating. They want to see, um, they really want to see if this is going to happen or not. Shout out to Pillsbury. Yeah, man, I'll be in Vegas, Pillsbury. I'll be in Vegas 18th to the 21st. I'm going to WrestleMania for the fucking weekend. I'm going to drink. I'm going to party. I'm going to have a good time. I'll be on the strip. All that good shit. So I want to, then also a very, very famous, the Kevin Samuels situation with Umar. That was a big thing. So the relationship between Umar Johnson and the Black Manosphere has always been negative. And really, be honest with you, the Manosphere made negative content about Umar for years before Umar ever said anything in response to them. Shout out to Cassandra Brown. How you doing? So, yeah, brother, I'm turning up. I'm turning up in about 12 days. That's a definite. So I'm gonna focus on some because of all the people in the Manosphere, O'Shea talked about Umar the most. So now we're gonna use this.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy.
So I want y'all to take a look at this. Shout out to O'Shea. Fair use.
O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. Yesterday, I got many messages from the subscribers on this channel. They were telling me that Dr. Umar Johnson had made a video and also a Instagram post taking shots at the Black Manosphere community. Now, of course, without even looking into this, I know that he probably wasn't talking directly about me. I kind of figured who he would be talking about, but to check for sure and to be certain, I went to the post that you are looking at right now. And this is the post that is causing a lot of uproar on the Black internet. And it says this: "Thank music! There is a growing beta male YouTubian community that is creating a sector dedicated to slandering and criticizing Black women who don't emulate Eurocentric standards of beauty and success. Unfortunately, many sisters have become prey for these coons due to an unconscious need for male validation. Black women, you don't need a man to validate your worth." I find that to be very interesting for Dr. Umar Johnson to say that, because shortly thereafter, Dr. Umar Johnson puts this picture of himself up there. I believe that someone drew this for him, but if you look at him, it's Umar Johnson with the crown on his head in Africa on the crown. And if you can look at the instructions beneath that, here is what he's telling you to do. Send me all the donations to these particular sites. Cash App, there's PayPal, there's other places. And I think this photo really shows the issue that Dr. Umar Johnson has with himself, because Umar Johnson believes that he is a messianic figure. He has a high Christology of himself. He believes he is anointed, or he is the chosen one. Okay? And so when you have that particular idea about yourself, everyone in the world should worship you. Now, I'm going to tie this all back into how this is occurring with Kevin Samuels. Because, see, for other Black men, Black women don't need to prove their worth to any man. Okay? This is the problem with the pro-Black community, the B1 community at large. Because the man has to prove everything to the woman, but the woman doesn't need to prove herself to be what he wants her to be. And when it comes to Eurocentric beauty standards, I believe that's bullshit. Black men are not holding anyone to that. I think what Kevin Samuels is doing with the, height, weight, and dress size is he's saying something that's accurate. Black
Now I want to stop because of everything that Umar Johnson has stated. One thing that he really was wrong in his passage in describing the manosphere is that the manosphere actually is pro-natural as it relates to beauty standards. Their beauty standards are not Eurocentric. Now you got people in different segments of the manosphere, particularly those like the Passport Brothers or the SYSBM, that may in some way tether into that realm. But for the most part, black men in the manosphere do not want black women looking in a way that is Eurocentric. That was not true. Now the other stuff he was saying, I definitely could be in agreement with that. The only person that actually said some things that were somewhat Eurocentric was the measuring scale of beauty, height, weight, and all that bullshit that Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels was the only one who was somewhat Eurocentric because the whole weight and BMI and all that is based on a European scale. That is not based on an Afrocentric scale. The physiology, as far as the body makeup, the shape of a black woman versus a white woman is totally different. And that scale is basically based on what is ideal for white women. So that's the only thing I had to disagree on. But I'm glad that he did kind of show that and we could discuss it. But now we're going to talk about Kevin Samuel because this is a big issue because Kevin Samuel actually tried to make fun of Umar because there are a lot of women that criticized him for not acting more like Umar Johnson. And he got pissed off about that. But here we go.
Black men who are successful are not going to want women with kids, are not going to want women who are happen to be overweight. Okay? In other words, Umar Johnson has a problem with black men having standards. So as long as you are a black woman, you don't have to prove yourself to other black men. But Umar Johnson would like those same black women to prove themselves to him, you see. And this is the kind of ludicrous ideologies that come across the mind and the cranium of one Dr. Umar Johnson. And see, because Dr. Umar Johnson lives in a world where no one else lives, he's idle all to himself. He also feels that he's not obligated to do the things that others have to do to become successful, like work. Yes, I said it, work. You know, like Kevin Samuels works, and I work, and other black men work.
Nah, Kevin Samuel ass didn't work. But I get what you said. But okay.
You see, the reality of it is, if Umar Johnson would have did any sort of work, creating his own podcast, creating his own social media to fund himself, to get the last few dollars of the school, he don't want to do that. Umar Johnson would rather be a man who begs and demands because everyone is down there and he is up here, which is what a weak man would do. But he comes for Kevin Samuels and guys like him when the reality is, I want to go back to this picture. It's all about this. See, everything Umar Johnson talks about goes back to this photo that you're looking at. Him with the crown. Oh, yeah, I don't want black women to be disrespected, but make sure you serve me.
Oh, hell no.
And make sure you give me all your money because I am your leader. Who? Even on the stream that he was talking about. He was in that gym, that broke down gym that he was in. And he was talking about how he got when he gets all his money and his donations, which nobody knows what he does with the money, how he was going to start having women's meetings in this particular place. And see, the thing about it is that Dr. Umar Johnson, everything that he does is calculated behind money. I can't really say the same about Kevin Samuels. He don't have no real speaking engagements or anything that he's charging people to do outside of his coaching for his style that he does, which is not even really open to the public. But see, Umar Johnson, anything he does has to do with the benefit of him, has to do with money going into his pocket at the behest of the people he said he's trying to help, which is black women. And I did a video. I gave a really good rant on my breakdown of Dr. Umar Johnson, and I still believe this. Nobody disrespects the black woman like Dr. Umar Johnson has. He has lied to them. He has used their money. He has slept with them. He has lied on them. He has been exposed by them. Has shown no evidence of taking care of his own children. Has not married the black woman that he said he loves. And that's his only remaining following.
Now, and then to me, it's very ironic that this video that I'm playing right now, that you just reviewed, is actually an old video. This video is actually 3 years old. This is a 3-year-old video that had over 54,000 views on it. And this video is actually relevant to what is going on today. Now, I want to play something else because I want to focus on, even though the Saint and Sinner, he's more Manosphere adjacent. He's had his choice words about Umar also. Now, this particular video with Marquez, he doesn't like Umar because he has a white wife, and so on. And so, the people who are so taken by Umar, those that, have a spouse that is not black, which he's in that particular group. But listen to what Marquez says. And he had recently also did a rant about Umar and his daughter. But listen to this.
That a Dr. Umar is allowed to exist. I said, oh, isn't it obvious? He's ineffective. But he is a placeholder that keeps others out of the way. I'll give you an example. The U.S. government hated Martin Luther King. And we know because the FBI has a lot of files on how they tried to take him down. They hated Malcolm X even more. And Malcolm X talked about self-defense, right? So if you got one guy talking about self-defense and you got another guy talking about kumbaya, you don't like either of them as a United States government because you're trying to keep the blacks as second-class citizens. So what you do is you pick the lesser of two evils. And so they picked Martin Luther King because he's less effective. They completely made the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the one who taught Malcolm X, they made him invisible. Shout out to my good friend in Saudi who dropped some ism on me. And he posed a meaningful question. He said, Marquette, do you think that Malcolm X was so clever, which is why he was out front, or did he just have the right look, the right aesthetic? Tall, slender, fair skin, good looking, statuesque. He was able to spread the message, though it was not the message that came from his own mind. He didn't write his own speeches. He was not so clever. He just had the look, and the Nation of Islam and the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad were clever enough to put him out there to spread that message. So that makes perfect sense. He says, yeah, I've heard Malcolm speaking in interviews, and once he starts going off the cuff, off script, after speaking his prepared remarks, not very insightful, not very impressive. I said, oh, that's very interesting. So let me round that back to what I was putting forward to you all. You need to understand the functions of an FBI, of a CIA. Yes, these are intelligence agencies. They're supposed.
Now, it's taking Marquez forever to get to the goddamn point because I don't know what the hell Martin Luther King and Umar and Malcolm X, but this is why I don't watch him that much because he does all this shit. Just get to the goddamn point. The real reason why you're critiquing Umar Johnson is because you have a white wife. That's what your issue is. Let's just be honest about that, Marquez. Like, you have a white wife. You fit into that threshold of black men who have because he has degrees and he's worked in the medical field in healthcare administration. He has success, and he's in Vegas. But people have criticized you for potentially being a government implant. They have. So I'm trying to figure out this critique. Is this coming from, like, you're not being genuine about where this critique is coming from? Is this critique coming from the fact that you are assessing Umar Johnson as it relates to the totality of what he does and how he has been effective or ineffective? Oh, it's because He don't like the fact that you have a union with a mediocre looking white wife. Is that the issue? And you and your feelings about it. And to me, I have issues with somebody like this who basically targets a black population, black demographic, talks about black things, but you got your wife on the goddamn camera in the background. That's how you started out. You went to Brazil, your wife was holding the goddamn the fucking camera while you walking around the beaches and shit. I'm trying to understand. Like, look, you chose who you chose. If you are comfortable with it, I don't understand why these people who have interracial marriages are so upset with Umar Johnson. No one has to validate you or agree with your choice. You should be no matter who you marry. Whoever you choose to marry, I chose who I marry. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about my choice. Think I give a damn what somebody think about? They feel a certain way about my wife or anybody I chose? Like really? But I don't understand these interracial daters and people in these marriages feel some type of way for somebody not agreeing with that type of union. Let it go. If you with who you with, that's all that should matter. But let me continue.
Supposed to gather information, intelligence. They're also supposed to neutralize threats before the threat rises up. The best way is to catch the threat in its infancy. Make sure that it never comes to fruition. And when you look at certain persons, like say a Dr. Umar Johnson or others, you keep them in position and you keep them in popularity so that they fill the vacuum and the void. Because if they were to be removed, you might get someone in there that's talking something more serious, someone that's a better organizer, someone who's more honest, someone who's a better business person, someone who's a better speaker, someone who's more impactful, someone who can get the job done. So instead, keep the goofball who takes 15 years to build one school. Keep the goofball who's fleeced, in my estimation, no less than $2.5 million from the American blacks. Keep the goofball in there who's lying and stealing, and now he's talking about doing a pop the balloon show, the conscious version. Keep him in there, because you and I both know Dr. Umar getting all these donations via PayPal, via Cash App, and other means. We know that he doesn't have proper accounting. We know that he's definitely engaging in tax evasion. We know that his 501c3 is probably not being properly managed and documented, and maintaining the standards that government requires of such organizations. We know that money's not being accounted for. Dr. Umar has he doesn't suggest to anyone that he has any proper business acumen, management skills, background in finance, or a strong team with him. So why has the IRS not descended upon him? Why has he not been investigated formally by the FBI? Because he's a part of the FBI. He's a part of their structure. Yes, he's a part of their structure. He is a double agent. He is your enemy. And you might say, Marquez, say it ain't so. I wish I could say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. I will not go. Turn the lights on. Carry me home. Na 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 na.
And obviously you've been around white. Now you put on your white boy act, right? This is crazy. But see, the issue I got with him is that Marquette. People say the same thing about you. When you came along and you was criticizing Kevin Samuels and other people, they actually said the things that you are alluding to as it involves to Umar Johnson and his place in the community and being a double. They said the same thing about you, Marquette. These are facts. And I used to watch, and I was a subscriber to your show, and I used to watch your show a lot in the early phases until you start doing those podcast formatted shows with all the white women in there, and then you lost me on that. And you had that other little goofy guy that was spitting. I don't know what his place on the show was. When you start doing all of that bullshit, then I kind of lost interest. But they said the same thing about you. Like, really? But let me continue.
Nah. I wish I could say it ain't so. But I'll tell you why I must say this. If he was effective, he would have been deleted and marginalized. There's no way in hell you take 15 years to build a school. There's no way in hell people send you millions of dollars and then there's nothing to show and the government doesn't investigate you. This is something the government would investigate unless he's one of their guys. And what can I compare this to? This is like a Sammy the Bull Gravano kind of situation. You know, Sammy the Bull was a part of the Italian mafia. He's a part of the mob. Well, he was also working for the government. Serial killer, still on government payroll to this day, protected by the government. He's like a Whitey Bulger. You guys know Whitey Bulger, yeah, Boston crime figure. He was going on committing all these crimes, killing people. People trying to figure out, like, why is he not in jail? He's plugged in with the FBI. That's why.
So again, this is, you know, because he's not necessarily Manosphere, but he's Manosphere kind of adjacent to the, and he does comment. He had issues with people in the Manosphere. He's been in that space, not necessarily red pill in nature, but he's definitely criticized Umar. Okay, so I'm gonna take a look at another guy that's commenting on this. This is what they were saying. Listen to this guy. Now I don't really know him that well, but he was making this little comment. I'm not gonna I'm just kind of commenting on what they're saying.
Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Man giving you the truth. The channel is No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. The No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. Now, y'all know there's a lot of time when I say things, I don't mention people by name because I be trying to stay on code. But as of late, Dr. Umar Johnson has been really attacking the Manosphere. Like, he's been attacking the Manosphere. Why would you get mad at people who choose to do, like, I'm not mad at the passport, brother. That's what they think. You know, let them go ahead. I'm not gonna do it. But let them do what they want to do. You know, y'all basically fueling the movement. Y'all making it almost like a grift because y'all focusing too much on it. Y'all gotta let them do what they want to do. But Dr. Umar has been going in on us. So his comments as of late, which if you want to see him, go to O'Shea's video, O'Shea Duke Jackson, because I'm looking at this and he's not the only one. I've heard things that he said that other people put on video. And it's like it's time, man, because I saw him in person. I saw how he really functioned in person, which we're going to get into in this video. Like I ain't going to lie. Like, if a person is naive, how I was dressed that day, you would swear I was like a drug dealer or something. I had on an all brown denim jacket suit with some brown Nike boots, and I had a
FYI, this is typical Manosphere rhetoric with Negro in his car looking dusty and raggedy and got an opinion. This is what I had to deal with. This is typical Manosphere.
Go watch on the match, and I had the match. So a person on the outside looking in would have possibly felt some kind of way or thought some type of stuff. So, but he's going in too far, and guys don't be wanting to say nothing to him because of who he is. But who he is, we should respect it. But you also, like the Bible say, do not do as they say, but don't do as they do. See, the problem with Umar is Umar don't practice what he preached. And this is one of the many reasons why I don't get off into that race stuff no more. Like, I don't like all black people. I don't like all white people. So what difference do it make? I live in Wisconsin. So you know I'm getting a fair. I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So you already know I'm getting a fair share of racist whites and no good blacks. You already know. I know y'all think Milwaukee is just a cheesehead, Packers, Bucks, Brewtown. Keep thinking that. It's okay for you to think that as long as you wherever you at. But if you come here and you not aware of your surroundings, you're going to find out real quick. And I know y'all think that y'all be knowing stuff because your mouth open and you talk. But it's
This nigga ain't making no goddamn sense. I'm trying to give him, but let me I'm gonna give him like 2 more minutes.
Dude got kicked out of Colombia for trying to be debaucherous on.
Nah, I can't do it. Let's just move on. This nigga ain't making no sense. This nigga wasn't making no goddamn sense. But this is the shit that you have to deal with. Niggas just on camera, just all over the goddamn place with opinions. You know, this is the kind of shit. Okay. Now I'm gonna talk about, someone talking about 3 years ago, Kevin Samuel versus Dr. Umar versus the Manosphere drama. Let's get to this one.
And I respect that, brother. I really do. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, I can't remember who it was, and they were wrong. I can't remember. But I remember I was listening to a pimp god. They were saying, well, see, a chick would pick chick, a chick would this is what y'all men don't get. They were saying a chick would pick Idris Alba over Prince. It like, the real situ like if they was picking men, no, they fucking wouldn't. This lets me know that y'all men don't know women, man. Y'all really don't understand women. See, Prince speaks to that element of a freak. Women do us. We got to stop that dumb shit, man. Seriously. We got to stop it. We got to, you know, he's been on YouTube for a very long time. But he goes back and forth. I think he's a Gemini too, which makes sense.
Oh Lord.
But he goes back and fucking
Gemini.
forth. 1 minute he's saying how people attack Kevin, then he's always attacking Kevin Samuels.
Talking about Umar. Peep game.
Black men, why do we keep attacking each other? And Kevin don't go on no YouTubers. He may mention it, like if y'all attacking him. But y'all looking like some bitches, man. I had to say it. I had to say it. This is what bitches do, man. This is what the bitches do. Because you dudes are not finding your purpose, your passion.
Okay, let me.
Mission.
I'm gonna go ahead and pause because this is not. I guess I'm looking at the wrong video, but this is not the video that I intended. But I'm gonna just give my commentary as we focus on that. But there was ongoing rhetoric just like this with people giving their perspective. Okay, and I'm gonna do this one right here.
But as part of this campaign to destroy the public image of Black women, many Black men in this reactionary manosphere community, or as they call themselves, they refer to it as the manosphere. And these are basically Black.
This was 3 years ago. This is one of the first times Umar really spoke against the manosphere.
Men who are fed up with Black women and are no longer dating them or respecting them or marrying them at all. You have a movement called the Passport Boys, where they say we're getting our passports, we're leaving America, and we're going to find women of other countries. Now, that wouldn't be a problem if they were looking for Black women in other countries, but from what I was told, they're looking for.
Okay, well, Dr. Johnson, you mentioned the necessity for a psychological makeover. And when I look at the landscape of Black men and Black women here in the diaspora, and perhaps on the continent as well, other parts of the world, I see kind of a competition between Black men and women. And it's been well established that as a result of the welfare system, you saw kind of a disintegration of the Black family. What can we do to bring about more cohesion between Black men and Black women and get them to perhaps have a greater understanding of our culture and the relationships that we have with each other as a result of understanding our culture? Because I see it, and I'm sure Brother Hamtonio will agree with this, one of the greatest deficits that we have.
I believe in 25 years' time, we may come to learn that those movements in some way, shape, form, or fashion was funded by the power structure. One of them is the I'm Not From Africa movement, which is gaining traction. You know, this so-called pretendian agenda where everybody wants to be a Native American with no connection to Africa at all. And I find it interesting that movement grew up right around the 2019 year of return. I don't think that was a coincidence. And the other movement, to your point, Baba Vince, has to do with Black men and Black.
Okay, we're gonna stop because he kind of went into an insert about that earlier, speaking on the manosphere and the Passport Brothers, which in most in part, you know, was an issue. So these were the responses. You know, the relationship has been not great. It's issues with Kevin Samuels, issues with people in the manosphere. They going back and forth. I mean, this has been something that has been going on for a long, long time. I wish what I should have done was edited inserts and just put it out and just let it play it out. That would be better. But I usually when I do this, I kind of do timestamps. I wasn't able to do that this time. But also interesting enough, I want to speak to a lady by the name of Dee and Paige. They used to do she used to do a lot of hate content against Umar Johnson. Now she's kind of like in the manosphere. And there's been a resurgence of that, you know, and this is something she would say. Listen to this.
Concerned about this and the fact that he's always pointing out other people doing things for the Black community, and what he will always chime in with or respond with is he's opening a school for Black young boys, but the school has never been open and it's just in limbo, and there are people who still make excuses for it. But what is the excuse? Like he said, you've been getting cash apps and donations for years, and there doesn't seem to be much progress happening. So I think it's a fair assessment for people to be concerned about this, and the fact that he's always pointing out other people doing things for the Black community, and what he will always chime in with or respond with is he's opening a school for Black young boys, but the school has never been open and it's just in limbo, and there are people who still make excuses for it. But what is the excuse? Like he said, you've been getting cash apps and donations for years, and there doesn't seem to be much progress happening with the school. When you have other people coupling up and doing big things and making the schools happening, schools are opening, and Umar has been doing this way before a lot of these young people have started to build schools and help young boys in the community. And so I think people are really coming to their senses and realizing that this looks like a sham and a scam. So I think it's a fair assessment for people to be concerned about this, and the fact that he's always pointing out other people doing things for the Black community, and what he will always chime in with or respond with is he's opening a school for Black young boys, but the school has never been open and it's just in limbo. And there are people who still make excuses for it. But what is the excuse? Like he said, you've been getting cash apps and donations for years, and there doesn't seem to be much progress happening with the school when you have other.
And so I understand her sentiment. Now, she doesn't do all the Umar hate, but her and her son, her husband, I don't know if she's still married to Paige. He had his little lip gloss on, looking out, looking a certain type of way. I don't know if they still together now, because she basically gripped into the manosphere and left doing Umar Johnson content, per se. She wasn't necessarily in the Umar sector, but she was adjacent to it, I would say. And she partnered up with a lot of people that were, hate Umar Johnson all day. But she gave legitimate criticism. And so she's in the doing that type of content now, more male identified content in that particular space. And, that's what she's doing. So that kind of sums up to me the relationship that Umar has with the manosphere. It's a hate and hate relationship. They're both on total sides. One is for total validation of females. The other one is that they need to be more accountable. Now, as Umar is trying to talk about, let's get all the Black men together and let's go and march and change child custody laws and child support. People in the manosphere who are actually pro that particular idea, they ain't really hearing him with that, because they in turn think it's not coming from a place of genuineness and actually trying to get something done, because you have done so much, Umar, as it relates to bringing down that particular space, and is rightfully so. A lot of what Umar said about the manosphere is true, because I've said the same shit. I've been way worse. Like, the stuff that he's saying is actually light work compared to what I was seeing as I got to know and interact with people. Like, a lot of manosphere is bullshit. The same kind of guys crying and whining about not having dates. These are 30, 40, 50-year-old men. Like, God damn it. You can start by, getting your ass off the internet and socializing. Now, I wanted to, at this point, I want to pivot to another issue as it relates to his daughter. And this is going to be I've now agreed, based on some things going on, I am no longer going to speak on his daughter anymore. Okay. And I kind of said that. And I've said this in the past, and it's a definite now. And the reason why is because she posted a disturbing video a few days ago. She was in the hospital. She was actually in the hospital for psychiatric reasons. And I want you all to look at this video. And I mean, listen, I'm not functioning like, I'm not here to function like a mental health professional. I'm not. However, it is disturbing when this young woman comes out and states that she was in the hospital. Her mother had to take her to the hospital. And she didn't go into specifics of what she did to go, but I kind of have a reason of what she did. and you're there laughing with other people about why you're there, like you didn't deserve to be there. Like, like nothing really. This is like nothing. Like that. There are issues going on with this lady. There are psychiatric things going on. Psychiatric issues. Obviously, that her mother felt that this was necessary. And I'm gonna ask people that listen. This lady is she is this is a woman. She's cracked. She's obviously having some overwhelming issues, and I'm not going to push the issue on her, and I'm going to discourage other people because obviously there's some mental health issues going on. Okay, and she can't handle this. She cannot handle this. And that's evident. And she went live, not live, but she was on I guess that was on the Instagram or TikTok, whatever. And she was just talking to the girl about, and laughing like nothing happened. And I'm sitting here like, this is incredible. But I want you all to take a look at this because something is going on that's definitely wrong. And she's unstable. But listen to this.
I can't hear you. Are you okay? How long you gotta stay there?
Now, guys,
You said what?
she's currently in the hospital, guys. This lady that she's talking to, I don't know if this is her girlfriend, a friend, or something like that. She's in the hospital right now, going live. But listen to this.
Are you okay? How long you gotta stay there?
Overnight.
You said what?
Overnight.
That's it?
I had
You
to
going home
take
by
meds.
damn, this love jumping. The fuck just happened?
I
Like,
had to take meds and I need a therapist.
don't tell your business on here. Don't tell everybody. People just be nosy. People don't be caring.
Nosy girl. I need my eyebrows done. See, where we going to the clinic?
I don't live in Philly no more.
You live in Atlanta?
Yeah. Your followers following me? Who this? Jimmy Twin?
You live in Atlanta?
Huh?
You live in Atlanta?
Yeah.
No. Well, somebody said Giannis.
That's my little brother. Big brother. We the same age, but Deja.
Hey, Deja. Deja.
Deja about to get mad. Deja in the other room. She here with me.
Tell her come here.
Deja, come here. Deja.
Now, I want y'all to understand, she is in the hospital right now. She's at a mental health hospital. She talked about she has to meet her therapist. And she's worrying about her eyelashes and laughing. And this something is wrong. Okay. She's obviously under observation or in her room or whatever. I don't know what's going on. What there's a reason. There had to have been a crisis that happened. And so I'm playing this because I know a lot of people are not aware of this. But after seeing this, that's the last time I'm gonna speak on her. Because there's obviously some mental illness going on.
She go act like she go act like she in bed or something. He talk about I'm big bro. Can't have that. Dinner with your pops for your birthday. Oh, he asked to have dinner with you?
Where Deja?
She said she in bed. She ain't go get up.
Deja.
What's wrong?
Deja.
Stop playing. Deja. Deja, come here. She gotta get up early in the morning. She probably about to go to sleep soon.
Oh my gosh. I have a hair and lash appointment on Tuesday. I have to reschedule it.
Why?
This is all my mom's fault.
Why?
Because I'm going to be here overnight.
Somebody said your father knows you in the hospital. Somebody told Umar.
No. You like my nails?
Y'all.
You like my
Very
nails?
cute.
Thank you. Tell Deja to get her butt in here now.
She not gonna come.
What does she have to do?
She got school early in the morning.
What's that?
Let me stop here because I can't even. This is a problem, guys. This is a problem. This is obvious, you know, issues with someone not understanding the level of issues that they have. They're trying to deter away from it and trying to make light of a very serious situation. And also, I also blame the hospital for allowing this to happen because obviously, like, most hospitals that I've been in, that I've worked at, don't even allow mental health patients to even have phones. So I don't know what's going on with that. They, like, basically when you enter into a mental health hospital, they take everything away from you. You're not allowed to call people and use social media, and so I don't know what's going on with that. But that's a problem, man. So I'm discouraging people not to do content on this young girl, this young lady, because she obviously has some issues going on that she needs professional help. It's a reason why her mom had her go to the hospital. And then people were like critiquing the mom on why the mom left her there. That's standard practice when you admit a person. This is not like when you go to the hospital for a physical health reason and you're allowed to sit in the room. Mental health is different. You're under supervision, and you are on a unit where you're under observation by medical/mental health professionals. Your family members, friends are not allowed to come visit you. You will have visitation to be assigned in particular hours that are usually segmented during the middle or the end of around the middle of the day, where they have visitation hours for like 2 or 3 hours where you are able to go in and see your loved one or friend or whomever. She claims she's in there for a day. Again, I don't know. I'm surprised at that. Usually it should be about 2 or 3 days, depending on your insurance or depending on how you're evaluated, whether or not they will let you go in a day. That all depends. I'm not going to speak in detail to that, but there are obviously some issues going on where her mom felt like she needed to be there, and the way she talked about it made light of it. This is not like the first. This seems to me, I'm only speculating because of how light she is making of this situation. It's obvious that this is not the first time this has happened. However, this is the first time she definitely went live to make light of this. And so I'm not going to speak on this issue anymore at this point. I'm going to just kind of fall back on it. I am going to speak on Umar, of course, but not on this situation. I'm going to let this, go because obviously this lady needs help. She needs guidance. She needs all the shit that Umar is not doing that he needs to be doing. And so that little scheduled meetup that you all supposed to do, you need to go see about your daughter. Like cancel those lectures and all that other shit. That can wait. You need to go see about your daughter. And he doesn't know. And it, to me, it would be horrific for me to learn through social media that my daughter's in a mental health hospital. That is not a good look. And that goes to my criticism of Umar, because he don't know what's going on in his children's life. He doesn't. And the mother of the child is not stopping you from doing it. The mother of the child, no one is stopping you from going see about your daughter. And you're taking this lackadaisical approach to fatherhood, where at a point you should be the one bending over backwards to rehabilitate your relationship with your daughter. And you're not. Meanwhile, any little incident, anything that happens to her, she going live. She chopping it up and laughing like nothing never happened. This is not serious. She's obviously had some issues. She's obviously immature. She needs help. She needs guidance. She needs love. She needs direction. All the things that you should be providing in her life, and you're not. And you know what? She's not going to come to you to get it. You're going to have to come to her to offer it and give it to her. And maybe force feed it. And that's just facts. But I didn't want to speak too much on this one, but I guess it was more about Umar. This is actually more about Umar Johnson than about what she's doing, because he should know, and he doesn't. And I guarantee you he learned about this on social media. Somebody sent him a text message, or somebody sent him a snippet through an email or whatever. That would be horrible. If I was to hear something about I got 2 daughters, and I would hear any of my daughters getting in some kind of, something like that happening, my immediate reaction is to rush to the hospital or call. Well, I know I can't call them because due to confidentiality, they cannot confirm or deny she's in there. Okay. But I'm going to contact her. I'm going to contact the school, them to at least see what the visitation hours are. Or I'm going to I don't care if me and the mom don't get along. I'm going to touch bases with her and say what's going on. But none of that happened. I'm speculating that none of this happened. But this is a problem. And she's been crashing out. I'm not surprised, because she seems unstable. But I know I did my content on her that I'm going to discontinue content due to this situation. I don't think that it's a good look for me as a even though I'm not on this particular channel as such, but I am overall to be doing content. And I know this young lady is going through what she's going through, and that this happened. I'm not going to stockpile on trying to get views behind this lady's name or whatever, knowing that she has obviously issues going on mentally that need to be addressed. I'm not. So that being said, guys, I'm going to probably call it a day today. I just wanted to kind of talk about that, talk about the relationship between Umar Johnson and the Manosphere. I kind of gave snippets of people that in Umar. I've done content I've done several videos about Umar in the Manosphere, and talking about the current things that were going on and their criticism of Umar's criticism of the Manosphere. And that would be an ongoing theme. But Umar continues to give them fuel and validate because of the stuff that comes out of stuff that he's doing. And it's not getting any better. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate everybody for being here today. This is going to be, I never really intended for this to be a long live stream. Anyway, I wanted to do probably an hour and a half to 2 hours. So I'm going to cut it short at about the hour and 10 minute mark. But I do think that it was one of the reasons I decided to do this live stream. I didn't want to put her name in or reference her in the title, but I did learn of this yesterday, and I wanted to make a small note of that. And I want to discourage content creators to not speak on her because she's going through some things, and this stuff has greatly affected her in more ways than one. That she's been hospitalized, and that hopefully that can get addressed, and she can get the proper treatment. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here and enjoy the rest of my Sunday. Catch up on some Netflix movies and things like that. But I do appreciate everybody for being here today. This is D-Derail Life Solutions. I'm sorry, not D-Derail Life Solutions, but D-Derail Live and also the D-Derail Sector. I will try to do some Life Solutions content next week. Y'all have a great day. Peace.